Hey YouTube, welcome back to Dwayne's World. So are you looking for a battery-powered lawnmower, but you need something that won't break the bank? Well, I think I might have the product for you. You want to find out what it is? You better stay tuned. All right, guys, so welcome back to another special episode here on Dwayne's World. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing another collaboration video, but this time it's with the company named NEOBITAT. And NEOBITAT is a manufacturer of a battery-powered lawnmower that might be the right lawnmower if it matches your particular application. Now, the people over at NEOBITAT had actually reached out to me on Dwayne's World, and I kind of really thought about whether or not I wanted to feature this mower on my channel. But what I thought was important is because of the fact that I live in the state of California, where gas-powered lawn equipment is pretty much non-existent now if you choose to purchase one new, I thought this might be a good product to feature to you guys if you live in the state of California or if you're looking for a different option versus gas-powered lawn equipment. Now, what really intrigued me about this particular lawnmower was the price. And sometimes with the lower entry price like that, I really start to wonder, is it really worth it, or are you getting what you paid for? And that's one of the things we'll be looking at on this particular video. So without further ado, let me go ahead and take you guys over to the garage. We'll do an unboxing and show you guys what you get, and then we'll see how well it works. All right, guys, so here it is, the NEOBITAT 40-volt brushless lawnmower. We'll go ahead and do an unboxing here. Open it up, see what it looks like. There. First things first, looks like it's the grass catcher here. Go ahead and assemble that in just a moment. Then, looks like we probably have lawnmower blades inside there. Let's see here. Got our manual, and looks like what appears to probably be the handle for the grass catcher. And then, it looks like we have the handlebar assembly. Now it is connected with the wire, so can't necessarily pull that out on its own just yet. Let's see here. It looks like we do have some more hardware, probably to assemble the handlebars. Then, looks like we have probably our battery and charger. We'll go ahead and see what those look like in a moment. And I'm thinking that's probably most of the loose contents. Now we'll go ahead and just lift it out of the box here. All right, we'll go ahead and move our box over to the side here. Get our mower set down. All right, guys, so before we get everything assembled here, let's go ahead and open up these boxes and see what we have. So that way we have everything we need in order to do our assembly. So, first things first, looks like we have a battery charger there. Second thing here, it's probably going to be our batteries. And there is two of them. There we go. Looks like 20 volt, 5 amp hour batteries. And again, you get two of those there. All right, guys, so just really quickly, let's take a look at these batteries because I want to point something out here I thought was pretty cool. You know, when you look at the little light that's on here, you notice that a portion of it is red and a portion of it is white. This is telling me the battery is probably a little less than halfway full. And the reason why I know that is because the white basically indicates how full the battery is. If it was a full battery, you would see all white. If it was a completely dead battery, you would see all red or no light at all. So that is pretty cool, just so you can always check your battery levels. Absolutely love that particular feature. Now let's kind of open up this bag here. And you have your instruction manual as well as your manual for your batteries. Now I always recommend, please do take a look at these. Read through them before you start your assembly. Can answer a lot of your questions so you don't have to necessarily go back and do something twice. The other thing it does also have in that same bag appears to be a handle for the grass catcher. And then we'll go ahead and open up this bag here. Yep, and it looks like we have our hardware to be able to install our handlebars. Now inside this box here, sounds like lawnmower blades. That's just my hunch. Yep, there we go. Oh, and in fact, there's two blades. Wasn't necessarily expecting two. Yep, as you guys can see there, two separate lawnmower blades. It looks like they're exactly the same, so there's not necessarily a different type of blade, whether that be a high lift blade or a mulching blade. Those both look like they operate exactly the same way. And I believe the mower already does have a lawnmower blade installed in it. So these are basically backup. You basically a total of 3 blades which is kind of unheard of for most lawnmower companies. Most companies only give you the one blade. You know, the price that you're paying for the mower, including batteries and an extra set of blades, I think it's a really, really good value. So with that, let's go ahead and assemble the NEOBITAT and put it all together. All right, guys, so first things first, let's go ahead and assemble the handle to the grass catcher. Now, when you're looking at this handle, as you can see here, each of the sides is a little bit different. When you're looking at the actual grass catcher itself and you're actually lining up each of those tabs, looks like the larger end is going to go in that side there. And then on this side here, we're going to kind of just force this in place. There we go. All right, so that is pretty much the handle in place. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and just actually put on the actual bag to the frame. And the only reason why it's not set up from the factory this way is it makes it a little bit easier for them to ship it whenever it's disassembled like that. But basically, you have each of those three sides there. With that, looks like a pretty nifty grass catcher. I believe the actual capacity of this, don't quote me on this, is about 13 gallons. All right, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and assemble the handlebars now. Let me go ahead and just move over the top portion here, just to the side for just a moment here. And that way I can show you guys a little bit closer here of how these handlebars go together. All right, so that's a little bit better. But one of the things you will notice here is these little teeth here look like they actually line up, and they should line up. Now, you do have a little bit of flexibility here. Now, you can actually take these bars and actually lean them back a little bit further. I think the way I want to set it up is at its highest position, and I think that is probably going to be right there. And the reason why I know it's there is because of the fact that if I try to go any higher than that, it will not actually slide and those teeth will not connect. The first slot that it actually allows me to attach is right there. And then from there, I can go ahead and just lock this in place. Looks like it's a little bit loose. I might be able to tighten that up a little bit more. I just want to show you guys how that works. Come over to the other side. And as long as I do this one the exact same way as I did the other side, I'm going to be lined up. There we go. So now I should be able to just get my handlebars here and line up my holes. Get my screws started there. There we go. That's the one side. That should be enough to just kind of hold it in place for right now. And then we'll come over to the other side. Go ahead and put in our screw. Can't do this wrong. There's only one hole for it to go through. All right, guys, so now that I set up the bottom portion of the handlebars, I went ahead and already installed this side, but it's very simple. I'm going to show you the opposite side here. Basically, you're just going to put your bolt through, and you should be able to just thread this by hand, just like that. And I can feel it getting tighter. You don't have to go crazy, but once it's at a good place, there we go. Nice and secure. All right, and the other thing that's really cool is because these are quick release, go ahead and just release those two there, fold these handlebars forward, and then with the quick release here, just like that. And that way you're able to store your mower really simply, whether I want to store it like that, or I can actually store it in an upright position, just like so. And that makes it for a really convenient package whenever you're not using your mower and you might be limited on garage space. All right, and while we have this mower in this position here, you guys can see here, yes, the blade is already installed, and it does look like those two other blades are the exact blade that you see there. Now, one of the things I also noticed, and I'll come around to the back here, and if you notice, inside is a mulching plug that we'll need to go ahead and take out. There we go. Now, if you choose to bag your clippings, you want to go ahead and make sure you remove that. If you plan on mulching, go and leave it in place, and you'll be good to go. Now, you may be curious, well, Dwayne, what is up with this wire? It can't be like that. And you're right, because it actually does come with some wire ties. Let me go ahead and show you. All right, guys, you can see here, these are the wire ties that it's going to come with that basically allow you to be able to clip the wire over the handlebars to give it a much neater appearance. Comes with two of them. So go ahead, put on the first one. Yeah, probably somewhere down here, closer to the bottom. There we go. And there's a little notch out for the wire itself. And then we have our second one here. We'll put a little bit closer to the top here. There we have it. As you guys can see, much cleaner appearance now with those wire ties. All right, guys, so to actually operate the mower, it's very simple. You have this one button here that's a safety button. So when you press it, by pressing that, it's basically going to allow you to be able to engage your blades, and then you're off to the races. All right, guys, and the other thing I also like about this mower is the fact that it has a single height adjustment. So you basically are going to be able to go from 1 through 6, 1 being the lowest, which I believe is 1 inch. But if I need to raise it from there, I'm going to basically simply go up to each of those notches, and that's how I'll be able to get my height of cut. Very simple. Absolutely love it. All right, so underneath this dome here is where actually the batteries go. There's a spot for one of each of those two batteries. Now, what's important to remember is this mower does require both batteries to be installed in the unit. You cannot operate this unit with only one battery. Both of them are going to need to be installed in order to operate it. All right, so one thing I just want to point out is even though this is not a feature from the standpoint of functionality on this mower, I absolutely love the look of this carbon fiber look. Really gives a sleek appearance to this particular mower. Love the actual black and gray with carbon fiber color scheme. Absolutely love that design. They did a really great job when putting this together. It definitely has that eye appeal. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and plug in our batteries here. Go ahead and plug that in there. Open up an outlet here. There we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this charger because it's pretty cool. Not only can you charge the battery, but there's also an additional USB-C port here. So if you did want to use that to charge any of your other devices, you're able to do that. But what's also nice about these batteries is there's actual USB-C ports, 2 of them on each of the batteries. And that basically gives you the ability to be able to use these more than just for your mower, but for anything else you may need to charge with the USB-C. All right, so go ahead and install the first battery here. And it looks like it's charging there, as we can see. Now, you may be curious, well, Dwayne, it looks like they only included one charger. And you would be right. Now, because this charger here has the USB-C port here on the side, it does give you the option to be able to charge both batteries at the same time. Now, what you're going to need to make it all work to plug into that USB-C port there is you're going to need a USB-C to USB-C cable. And all you're going to do is go ahead and plug it in to one side of the unit here. And then on the opposite side, we'll go ahead and plug in our battery into the front port. And then it'll give you the ability to charge both batteries at the same time. Now, one thing to take note of is if you are going to charge this way, the second battery that's plugged into the USB-C will take a little bit longer to get to a full charge. All right, guys, so one of the things I wanted to do when actually trying out this NEOBITAT lawnmower is find the right application for this particular unit. Now, on my particular lawn, because of the fact that I have hybrid Bermuda and I cut the turf so short, the NEOBITAT mower is not necessarily right for that application. So what I decided to do is go over to my family's place and mow their front lawn because it is about 12 to 1,500 square feet. Now, generally, this lawn is cut with a rotary mower, so that's why I thought the NEOBITAT lawnmower would be an absolute great fit for this particular application. Then on the opposite side of the driveway, we have this smaller piece of grass here that we'll be able to also take care of. All right, guys, so here we have it. I have my batteries in place. As you guys can see there. Again, just as a reminder, you do need both batteries in place in order to operate the mower. Now, this unit is not a self-propelled mower, so you do need to push it, but I got to tell you, how light it is, that's really irrelevant. And again, with the size of this lawn, I do not think it'll be a problem. And in fact, self-propel might actually be a little bit of overkill just because of the fact you're dealing with such a small square footage. Generally, this lawn is cut at about 2 inches, maybe a little bit over. And I think that's going to be a good starting place for us to see how well the NEOBITAT lawnmower does work. mow is in. Let me go and turn it around here and show you guys what it's looking like. All right, there we have it. Looking pretty good. Gotta tell you though, I'm actually very impressed with the quality of cut. Now, this part of the lawn, for example, was really thick. And when I'm coming down to it, it looks very even. Looks like a sharp blade. Definitely took care of that mow. Do not see stragglers. Very happy with the quality of cut with this particular mower. You know, I can tell the mower has power. It feels like there's quite a bit of torque. Again, it's just a routine mow. I'm not scalping. So it's cut at about 2 inches. But let me come over here to the opposite side. Now, when we're looking at this side of the lawn here, this is primarily Bermuda. As we're on that side, we have both mix of cool and warm season turf. But over here is dominantly Bermuda. And I got to tell you, the quality of cut, not too bad. Not too bad. Now, of course, the lawn is struggling in a couple different areas here. Got some extremely hot temperatures in my area. Because of the mower being very agile, it's easy to get around these palm trees here, which is very nice. All right, guys, so now that we use the NEOBITAT lawnmower, I can have a much better opinion on what I think about this particular mower. And I got to tell you, the mower was very, very easy to use, and in a lot of ways fun to use. And I think that's a very important thing to consider whenever you're thinking about any lawnmower, is really whether or not you enjoy the mow. And in this particular case, I absolutely enjoyed the mow for a couple of reasons. Number one, how lightweight the unit was. Number two, the fact that it was battery powered. I didn't have to fill it up with gas. I just put in my battery and go. The ease of use, hitting the one button and then pressing the lever and you're off to the races, makes it very enjoyable to be able to use. Now, one of the things I was a little bit worried about was the fact that this mower did not have a self-propel feature. However, when kind of thinking about it and using the mower, I absolutely did not miss that at all. And that simply came down to the weight of the mower. That mower by no means is a chore to push. It is so lightweight. It makes it so easy to be able to get around, make turns. The self-propel is really irrelevant and in a lot of ways probably overkill for this particular mower. Now, when it comes to battery life, it was plenty of power to be able to mow the lawn that I featured here on Dwayne's World. Now, I'd probably say you'd be pushing the threshold of anything over 3,000 square feet or twice the size of the lawn I featured today. However, that's why I say the application is so important. However, there's plenty of lawns that are out there that are between 1,000 and 2,000 square feet, and this might be the right mower for you if you have one of those size lawns. All right, so those are kind of my thoughts on the NEOBITAT lawnmower. Again, a great mower, something I would absolutely recommend here on Dwayne's World as long as it fits your application. All right, guys, so if you are interested in this particular lawnmower, I'll put links in the description below, so that way you could take a look and decide on whether or not the NEOBITAT lawnmower is right for you. But regardless of what type of mower you decide to go with for your particular application, the most important thing to that application is to be excellent. Party on.